Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're going to have our next match going live here in a moment. It's Virginia Tech and TangoWorldWide. So we're going to go ahead and get out of my hen house and right into the server. We're going to see Knife starting in just a moment. We've seen both of these teams play before. TangoWorldWide got absolutely annihilated by AZO on Inferno. Virginia Tech, you were just watching them. They took a dub on Mirage, I think it was.
The team that just played? No, they were playing on Nuke.
On Nuke, okay.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually watching. I guessed.
Yeah, way
I
to
took
go.
a stab in the dark.
Ever the professional. Darth Mike not watching the games, just making assumptions. Classic.
You know what happens when you assume.
Yes. Although it seems to have turned you into something else. Now Virginia Tech did just pick up the knife round, excuse me, so they're going to get their side selection. It's going to be Dust 2. And I'm seeing a lot of skippity-bippity. Are you seeing that as well?
It's a little bit of skippity-bippity. I'm not such a fan of the skippity-bippity.
A little jumpy-bumpy.
A little jumpy-bumpy. I don't know if that's...
A little hoppity-boppity.
A little hoppity-boppity, a little scooby-doo.
Hopefully we can figure out where that's coming from.
Well, let's not have an egg here. Let's not lay an egg here. It's not... It'll be sorted out shortly.
I hope so, because Pistol Round's live.
Not something to get all clucked up over.
I'm going to go vomit. Give me 1 second. Now, we're watching the slideshow of the Pistol Round here, and it looks like we just had a 3K coming over on Catwalk. Is it Aber?
Aber.
Aber? That's what it is?
Aber. Yep, that's what it is.
He just 3K'd with some nice one-taps. I mean, it's... I think we're looking good now. Yeah, there we go. I guess we're good.
We
do have another kill coming in there as well. But regardless.
It's going to be Clone taking an encounter towards mid. There's a scout available.
So I know what's going on
it's
here.
It's the Go TV.
Yeah, so let's just
Yeah.
So we missed the Pistol Round. We had a bit of a little technical...
little bit of confusion between whether we're in the server or whether we're in the Go TV, and a little bit of chaos there.
So we were watching Go TV versus in-game versus Go TV versus in-game. So we actually were a round behind, but we got that fixed.
We caught up.
That's good.
We managed to take flight a little bit, and
we must have got a little too cocky.
Float our way up ahead. We did get a little bit.
Yeah.
Nade going to go in. Couple of nades actually going to do some meaty chunk damage here. Now it's just for the PP zone.
That's a triple nade kill, double Bison ace.
Wow.
So he gets 2 kills with the Bison, 3 kills with the nade, and gets one of the most peculiar aces I've seen in a long time. Now, it's important to note that those nade kills do not generate as much money as the Bison would have had he killed them after that initial nade landed and just gotten an ace with the Bison. That's some good cash flow coming in. But it's going to be Corrin who gets things started with the op shot in mid, picking from T-side, dropping Bauer. Not sure if Bauer got caught on the cross or if he actually got him through the gap or went for a peek or what have you.
Inferno getting aggressive here on the catwalk. Gets punished from the dark tunnels. And now it's 5 still alive for Virginia Tech, and they've got a 2-man advantage. Looking like they're going to be pretty comfortable to take this first gun round. Now, really, it was subpar weaponry coming through for Tango, so whatever damage they can do at this point is certainly worthwhile. They'll find one, at least, to start it off. But Aber needs to be careful here. There's a lot of players lurking, and they're all looking to find him. There's the peek. There's the shots. Aber with the 2-tap kill. And now the hit's going to come towards long. Numbers are equalized. This is looking dangerous for Virginia Tech. They need to move decisively, and Aber is sticking around. He's going to peek right out of the smoke, gets himself a 3rd frag, trades his life as a result. And now it's just Clone. Clone with a scout in hand. Saw him do some good work with an AWP on the previous map. And he's going to need to get it done with the slightly less powerful scope weapon. Swap to a FAMAS. Tab goes for the Kuli jump. Kikuli jump. Not quite going to be able to land it. He did do some damage, though, I believe. So both these players are now very, very low. Clone trying to get it done with the FAMAS. Doesn't want to come around towards the ramp, but he's going to have to eventually. There's the peak. There's the first kill. Just needs one more, and Corrin's just a bullet away from death. There it is. Clone clutches it out. TangoWorldWide will take the 4th of what looked to be a pretty dangerous round. They convert and take it through.
Yeah, a little bit surprising there that Virginia Tech kind of failed in that post plant. They just couldn't quite cement things down. Not sure what occurred, but TangoWorldWide looking strong off the start, picking up the first 4. And Bauer does have the AWP in hand. There will be AKs across the board for Virginia Tech. A little bit light on the utility. They've got a B spawn with the bomb, so they might just gun it in that direction, but the bomb's actually heading the opposite direction over towards the A site. So it looks like right now they're setting up for some good control of mid, potentially a B split coming around the 1 minute 15 second mark.
Double odds to put into effect. And it's so spread for Virginia Tech. So they've just defaulted for a little while here to try and get something. And there's just nothing really being afforded to them. No angles being peaked. TangoWorldWide are playing this safe. And there's not really a lot of presence shown. I mean, there's a little bit of knowledge towards mid. They know someone's not aggressively peeking mid, but they haven't taken space as a result of it. So where does the decision come? Where are they going to go ahead and commit? Now 3 grouped up on the catwalk, so that's presumably the direction this bomb's going to head. There's the first encounter. They come out on bottom. Aber taking the frag. And now they just want to stick around. TangoWorldWide not backing down in the slightest. They're just going to re-aggress and go right through. As a result, Virginia Tech left scrambling, trying to figure it out. They're going to make the move towards the B-bomb site. Going out into mid, there's a player in the scaffolding who's being a nuisance, a thorn in their side. Bauer's not been eliminated yet, but there it goes. Kill falls. Now the site's secured. Bomb should be planted, and that's a great double kill from Ellis, who's going to provide them a lot of cover. Now it's just Aber. Aber had himself some phenomenal play earlier, but how could he possibly hope to get back into the site with an AWP against 3? It's going to almost certainly be the save here.
Yeah, it seems likely. The money isn't really in a great spot for them to, take a stab at this. Clone is sitting at almost 10K, but it's better off saving this gun, and that's exactly what's going to happen. You also have to factor the value of giving away the gun. You don't want to give the T side the AWP. If you can hold on to it, go for it. He's got plenty of utility as well. A lot of money there gathered up. I still haven't figured out why this happens. With Panorama, randomly players' names will just completely disappear on the HUD.
It's very annoying too. And then sometimes you'll have the stats for half of the screen and not for the other half. Like here we have everybody, right?
Yeah, but that might not actually be right.
You're right. It'll just be inaccurate. And then sometimes it'll just be half of them and not the others.
Like Corrin's 3 and 4. If we pull off the scoreboard, Corrin's 3 and 4. So it's right for now, but we'll see, because there was an issue in a previous game, the first game we did this morning, where the scores didn't actually match. So who knows?
Gotta love a Panorama.
Yeah, but
there's so many interesting quirks that are really annoying to deal with in terms of casting and observing.
But Valve decided that after the beta test it was ready. So. Early aggression towards mid from the CT side. They pushed up on catwalk, trying to peek down with a head boost. Ellis does do a little bit of damage, punishing Aber and forcing him to fall back. Bomb, though, still sitting back in T-spawn. Virginia Tech really just spreading out on a default, looking for some information early on.
Good utility still available for Virginia Tech at this point. They've been very reticent to toss it out, and so they've got a lot on their toolkits, on their belts, on their utility belts, if you will. And now they're going to start to put it into effect. No commitment as of yet. They've been playing these rounds very slow. Minute on the clock now. And out they come. Aber is well positioned to try and catch this mid-aggression. That's a well-timed molly. Going to put whatever plan they had on hold for another moment. And now this B bomb site, in addition to utility, just has a lot of bodies on it to reinforce. The hit wants to come this direction, and with 40 seconds on the clock, they don't have a lot of room to negotiate at this point. They gotta move, and Aber finds the first. He's sort of hemmed in, however, they're going to catch him out. That's a nice trade from Ellis, and now the hit is on. They're going to put the pressure, put the squeeze on site. However, the squeeze lacks force, and now it's just Remnant, who is the remnant of his team in mid, and not for long. TangoWorldWide take their 5th round, reset Virginia Tech, and they're feeling strong in this first half.
I noticed that Aber's got one of those fancy stiletto knives.
Ooh, the new ones?
The new ones, yeah. Look at that thing.
Oh, look at that. So fancy. I feel like I'm getting jumped in an Italian alleyway.
Now there's the R8 coming out again. I saw this in warm-up, I think, on Nuke, but it never actually got brought into play. Virginia Tech just on pistols, mowed down pretty heavily here. Corn's the last one standing. TangoWorldWide shut it down with ease. That's now Clone's 2nd anti-eco ace. He aced it in the round with the Bison and the nades, and he aced it here as well with an ump. So
stat padding.
Yeah, he's feeling good. He's sitting at 14-4, but 10 of those kills came in 2 anti-ecos. So you discount those, we're looking at 4-4.
That's a nice way to stat pad. Look, all I'm saying is I'd rather get eco frags than not get them.
I guess that's true. And we all know those are the only kills you're going to get.
Yeah, accurate. Or Zeus kills in mid.
This is possible as well.
You know, it's happened before, Bach.
Yes, it has. But to be fair, I had no audio.
I didn't have audio either.
Yeah, but you don't need it when you're Zeusing.
This is true. My sneaky machinations paid off.
Yeah. Especially when you're sneaking and screen looking. You didn't need audio because you knew
that round I wasn't. Later I definitely was, and I will freely admit that. That round I was just sliding
down.
Yeah.
A filthy screen looker and some pre-game testing.
Speaking of filthy play right now, Remnant's going to knock down 2 on towards long, and that's going to open up the bomb site for them. The cavalry is coming, but it's not going to be there quick enough to deny the plant, so they will go ahead and move on, and this bomb will go down, and cleaning up the player in mid. Ellis is going to move away for his team to take this round, but not if Bauer has anything to say about it. They still haven't crossed the plant bomb. They have a completely clean site, and they haven't gotten the bomb down yet. They've got time to work with, but now players negotiated their way onto Cat. So the smoke goes in to deny it, but that leaves time for TangoWorldWide to get back in.
They're realistically speaking, Aber plays this angle and waits to see if anything comes his way, but they probably just try to get out. Bauer's on 1 HP with an AK and armor. It's better to just run away. So that's exactly what's going to happen. So exactly as you said, Aber holds there for a little bit, sees if they're going to peek up towards Gandalf. They don't actually peek that direction at all, so they decide to fall back. So it will be Virginia Tech's round to take, and I think they're starting to realize, yeah, they left. They're gone.
We out.
So their second time getting on the scoreboard. Virginia Tech look a little bit more stale here on Dust 2 than they did on Nuke. Maybe a little less prepared. I'd say that when it comes to North American teams, I'd actually put Dust 2 up there as one of the most infrequently played maps.
Interesting.
Because I just don't think that, like, especially if you're a team who's been playing together for a decent period of time, some teams will probably feel more comfortable on Nuke than they will on Dust 2 because Dust 2 had been in the rotation for so long that you had to get used to it, whereas Dust 2 only recently was really re-added into the rotation, and teams are still saying, like, well, like, I don't want to play Dust 2, especially because it doesn't really play any different than it used to.
It's also, I mean, it's kind of a map where pure aim can shine through in a lot of circumstances. And I guess if you're coordinated as a team, you have a lot of preparation, better to play on a map where a little bit more team control pays out for you. This round looking well for TangoWorldWide again, losing the player in mid. Now it's just Infernal left alive, and this should be about a wash. The player's actually going to retreat and play it safe. They're going to head towards the B bomb site. That's just going to leave Infernal hiding behind his car, trying to stay alive, and he doesn't seem like he's going to be tested, at least not at the moment. So free bomb plant, Virginia Tech presumably on their way to a 3rd round. And it's just going to be Infernal trying to find himself a hidey hole to tuck himself away in and survive to live to fight another day. I say that. He's rocketing down mid. What's the plan, Inferno? Looks like he wants to make a play.
Nah, he's not going for anything. He's just looking for anybody straying away from the play. Grabs himself an AK. He'll probably set up for exits and lower B tons. He could have also gone towards mid doors and watched for the cross. Issue is that Corrin's already made it up, and well, he's actually got the kill there. Now there is a chance because he's got the kit, but he goes out a little bit too far with the play. He leaps up into position, but giggles all around right now for TangoWorldWide. They're laughing about it. They're not actually upset.
Money's a little weird. I think we're going to get an eco around here, although Aber has tons of cash. But it's going to be the pistols. He'll toss around some upgraded pistols. Everyone will get up to the P250s at least. Make themselves a thorn in the side for Virginia Tech. But for Virginia Tech, barring shenanigans, we're presumably going to see a 4th round here. So they're starting to claw this back a little bit. Tango just wants to get back to the healthy money. It's going to be the rush out towards mid. It's an absolute slaughter. Bauer gets 1, but that should be all she wrote, and there it is. Easy cleanup for Virginia Tech. They move to 4. They brought it within a stone's throw of a tie game. Clone on 15 and 7. As we said, 10 of those, 2 aces.
Yeah.
But it's a nice number. It's an impressive number, first glance.
But since that ace, he's gone, what, 1 and 3? So.
That's true. So he just needs to wait for another eco round.
Yeah, exactly. Just
had that step
down.
back up. Corrin lurking around in mid. No one's really going to test on that mid challenge. There's an op available, but it's playing elsewhere for Aber. And so the contest is not going to come from that particular spot. Do you like this angle? the catwalk, shoot one, and drop down?
That's not where he was, though, really. I mean, he was, but he wasn't. He was a little bit further back. I like to play, if you're going to play that angle, I like to play right by the brick box, so you're peeking directly down the stairs. The problem is it's pretty commonly played, so it's a pre-aim spot. And teams will flash for it as well. There's been changes to catwalk, too. So there's like a little shutter. You can see it up there on the window. You can bounce a flash off that. And it's a really good flash for catwalk. Now, Aber actually gets spotted from lower tons by Ellis. He thought he was safe, but he wasn't. Just sees the top of his skull and puts a bullet in it from his AK. And that's a man advantage for Virginia Tech, who's starting to claw their way back into this game. The confidence from TangoWorldWide starting to dissipate just a bit. Clones on the ramp. The flashbang comes through. That allows the team up onto catwalk. And now he's lost a teammate as well, so he's got to back off. This is looking like it's going to be another save potentially for TangoWorldWide. His Clone's in CT and his teammate's back by B. The odds of them getting back in on 205, it's just so slim. Clone now is effectively boxed in. There's nothing he can do. He's going to have to fight his way out of this one if he wants to survive.
Ooh. Nice little 2K from Clone, but it's just slowing down what is inevitable, which is his death. So only 2 players lost. Virginia Tech just perfectly comfortable to keep growing that money. And they will do so. Very comfortable buy, of course, for them. And meanwhile, we're on another eco here for TangoWorldWide. So we're going to go for presumably an even scoreline here. And then they'll get another buyout. Aber invests in the scout, drops down to 1,200. Maybe throwing a bit of a thorn in the works there. We'll see if he can justify the buy. No, he can't. He gets shot. 1 bullet, 2 kills through the doors. That is the worst possible way to start a round if you're Tango. That just hurts. What do you do?
I mean, it's an eco here, so you're not too upset, but at the same point in time, that's a nice shot coming in from the T side. Dropping 2 with a single shot through the door. On the opposite end, they do have a scout, but it's not really able to do much. A little bit of damage dealt by Infernal's Deagle. He goes for a fresh magazine, gets caught by Nice as he drops down. So it's all tied up 6-6. That advantage now completely gone. As TangoWorldWide has struggled, they're going to be able to afford a buy, and it's going to include an AWP as well, so that's going to be in the hands of Clone. Unless he tosses that one over to Aber, because Aber's been carrying the AWP for them as well, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. Clone's going to keep it for this time.
I think Clone is typically their AWPer, at least from what I've seen so far. But I don't. They may just be tossing it around a little bit based on spawn. There's the shot. Clone justifies the gun already, takes down 1 on the long cross. And now a little bit more caution shown here from Virginia Tech. They're going to use some utility. Will has revealed his position. He was presumably spotted there peeking out from the cars. There's the volley. He's going to have to smoke himself out, and he's taking a lot of damage trying to get out of this position. Now he's in such an awkward spot. What can he hope to do here? The answer is at least send them backwards. They're repositioning, taking a moment here. Bauer on the flanks, going to catch the kill after a little bit of fluffed spray. Will eventually convert it, and now they're hemmed in. Virginia Tech looking a little rough here. They're going to have to battle their way out. Orange trying to do just that. Finds 1 in the leg on the second. It's not a converted kill.
A little bit of miscommunication there coming in from TangoWorldWide as well, because that molly came down over by the car, and Clone threw a smoke from sight to smoke it out, but his teammate was already peeking off the molly, so in the end it's just a smoke wasted. Nice flashbang coming through, and that's going to be the peek coming in from Aber, who gets both kills as he lines them up. 7-6, CT side take the lead back after losing it. But there should be a strong buy still coming in from Virginia Tech, as they've got plenty of money after winning several rounds in a row.
One might say they had a pretty good nest egg built up. That joke actually prompted Bach to yawn. That's
yeah, actually physically yawn. It wasn't a fake yawn, that was a real yawn.
That's how bad my jokes are. So at this point, a lot of aggression towards catwalk. They're going to go out. They've tried this again and again. They've been punished from dark several times in a row, but they are not to be deterred. They're going to try once more. A little bit of damage dusted up, and now they'll decide discretion's the better part of valor and fall away. Still, presence has been taken towards long, and as a result of that, they're going to start to probe towards that A-bomb site. Corin with the AWP has been a threat from this position all game, and will continue to lurk large. They are going to cross into his crosshairs. So this could be the moment. He's checking for the upper player, and there's the unscoped. Timing is brutal in this game at times, but they won't continue the challenge. So Corin inching forward. He's got some utility and support, but there are 3 bodies here for the CT side. And Virginia Tech, despite not actually encountering any resistance, is just going to kind of fade away. They will consider the possibility. And now the hit comes towards B. Base gained by Nice, but he's going to get knocked down. Somehow stays alive from that position. And it's, again, it feels like shadow boxing. Barely see a player, and you're boxing at them. You're trying to find something. You're feinting, you're dipping, dodging this way and that way. And Bauer now is going to threaten. Time is of the essence, 25 seconds, and the only player's caught out in the open. Knocked down. Dropped like so many grains of sand down an hourglass. TangoWorldWide will pick up the 8th round. And they let Virginia Tech bring it tied, but now they're reasserting themselves here on Dust 2.
Final round coming into the first half. It's going to be 8-6 currently. Definitely possible to see a tie score. Corin's gone for that mid pick multiple times. This time he actually jumps down into the dark tunnels. Nade's going to land right in the lap of the player that pushes mid. Aber eats that one down to 54. He's peeking towards the stairs. They catch him as he leaves. There's no one lower tunnels, so they're pushing him for no reason. Oh my goodness, what a ballsy play from Clone. He actually dry pushed in towards long and catches one of the members of the T side, Frozen, pulling for a nade. So really just benefits from timing, if anything.
Gamble play, and sometimes it pays off.
I mean, it's a man advantage, but it was risky for sure.
Aber's somehow clinging to life here. Actually catches a bullet. That must have been 4, I'd imagine.
It's 2 bullets. He got dinked twice.
2 bullets, eesh. But the kills are all stacking up for TangoWorldWide, so far it's working out. Clone staying alive for a moment, but it's not to be. Now just Remnant. Left alive in mid, trying to find something. Presence known, position known. At least he's got the bomb on his back, but he's got nowhere to move with it. Aber will put him down, and TangoWorldWide will advance to a 9-6 half. Considering it was 6-1 at the first, it's not the terrible scoreline for Virginia Tech, but it's still looking a little rough.
Yeah, not a bad scoreline at all. But yeah, Aber got double dinked through the car. It was tap. 2 shots straight to the head. But it only did like 20 damage because it was through the car. You know, I dinked a guy with an AWP on Mirage through Firebox, and it was the most frustrating experience ever because I knew I dinked him. I saw the spark. I knew I hit him, and then I hit him for 27 with an AWP in the head. I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, I'm punished for actually hitting the shot. That's so incredibly irritating. What can you do?
I'm shedding here.
You're shedding?
I'm fuzzing off.
I wish you would fuzz off.
We're going to be heading into the second half here. We'll see if Virginia Tech can rally and recover. If my fluffy, furry, feathery self can keep it together.
I don't know. You're falling apart over here.
I'm falling apart.
I'm going to laugh if you're allergic to that suit. You're going to break out in hives all over your entire body because of some skin allergy to this chicken costume.
I seriously hope not. I'm coming apart. I'm like a 4-piece chicken suit right now.
I'm not. Like,
Legs,
it's going to make me sound like kind of a jerk, but I would actually find it funny because you were so proud of yourself when you got into this suit, and then you find out you're allergic.
I walked in on Friday, and I saw the suit, and Rob goes, you know you're wearing the suit, right? I guess he was just in Walmart, saw it, and was like, I need to buy this now. This is going on stream. Rob is fond of his props on stream. Griff's taking credit for the suit as well, so I guess it was a mutual production decision there. The guys who don't actually have to go on camera do enjoy setting us up. Kills raining in here, and it's going to be a player chased out of CT. Now only 1 remaining. It's Ellis with only 13 HP to save. He's going to try and get something done. He's at least got a USP at range, but there's a player in CT who's like a landmine for him. Steel trap. Bauer's just waiting, and here it comes. There's the check. He's got to peek it. Just going to take 1 bullet. It's taking the entire clip, and Ellis somehow finds the kill. Bauer, that's a low-light reel right there.
Bauer, it's pretty quiet right now, so I hope you can hear me. That was pretty rough. That was, we'll talk about that after.
That was a bad move.
Now, if he wins this round off that would actually be somewhat hysterical. As he's moving his way into the site, yeah, he eventually dies. But that was, it's one of those moments you just don't want to talk about. But we're going to ask him. I'm going to ask him several times.
So you shot 12 bullets, and you hit none of them. How do you tell me about how you're feeling in that moment?
He clearly maxed out his evasion. He's full avoidance.
He's
it's
a
not
rogue.
fair. Yeah.
You've been spending too much time on the D&D tables.
He's a DK. Like, he could be a DK. DKs used to max out avoidance too. I don't know what they do anymore because I'm not that into it much. Here comes the push towards the B site. The MAC-10 starts things off. What? That was a weird flash. Just throws it straight into the door. I think he was anticipating it bouncing a little bit further into the door, but instead it bounces back into the site, kind of blinds his team. Good damage coming out from the pistols as both Aber and Clone are low. Smoke goes down. The kill finally closed out. Here's another one of those bugs. Look at Clone. He's still got the red. Even though he was shot so long ago, it's still
doesn't go away
red.
anymore.
It doesn't go away.
It shows you the last time they were damaged. It stays.
No, because it's going away for other people.
Well, then I don't know. It's really inconsistent in that case. Because that happens all the time. Now it's just Corin, who's still got a deagle and 3 HP, but will eventually get dinked down. Bauer gets it done with the pistol this time.
It did give us that ketchup and mustard feel to the UI that I think it's been missing for so long. That red and yellow color combination is so good.
Little Heinz.
Everyone loves red and yellow color combination. I mean,
just perfect.
That's what you should wear tomorrow. Get a red shirt and a yellow tie.
I'm going to have to go shopping. We'll hit up the Walmart that was on fire earlier.
Yeah. Smoke discount.
Everything's red now.
All the clothes are 15% off because they smell like a meatball parm that got cooked for way too long at the Subway.
Aber with the Nova hits one and can't hit anymore. Somehow they'll survive and actually punish him for it. However, the rest of the teams come out through Catwalk. They will at least get a bomb plant here, and the SMG should make short work of the remaining CTs. If they manage to get that Nova close enough with Corin, maybe he picks up another, but they're somehow trading even here with just bare USPs. This is looking very sloppy for TangoWorldWide. Virginia Tech still doing damage. They find another. Now the Nova's close up. Corin can't get it done with the Nova, and there's no HP left on these remaining players, but Ellis, he's just been tapping away with the USP, and he's been doing it to great effect. If he finds one more, this is insane, just in terms of pure damage. That's a low player, but there's the peak. It's the double peak, and he will fall. Still unnecessary levels of damage for TangoWorldWide, considering what Virginia Tech brought to the round, which is 5 USBs, no armor. That's painful. Still, they have a 6-round advantage, so small mistakes like that or sloppy rounds may not matter, provided Virginia Tech can't capitalize and punish off the back of it.
The CT side down by a significant number of rounds, double their current total. They do have some utility to work with, but not much. Not enough to really slow down the T side, who for the most part during this game has looked to be the stronger of the two teams. The score does definitely indicate that. Nice nade going in towards B Tons. The shots are there as well onto Aber, who gets dropped down. He's sitting on 49. Yeah, I don't get this. This is
the red where it shows up sometimes and not others.
I don't understand.
I'm unclear.
Valve, what are you even doing? Do you even know anymore?
Oh.
Aber with that op playing real close. He wants to go for that no-scope battle potentially. There's a guy right on the other side of the wall. It is looking like he's going to peek. It looks like for a second he wanted to peek the door, but he's really just sliding across looking for some kind of opening now. Infernal's made up catwalk. There's one on the ramp. It's Remnant. One more towards CT as well. That's Corin, who's sliding up from CT spawn. Now Clone's worked his way out mid, and he'll go down to Corin as well. The smoke just a little bit too late. Flashbang through. Nope, he missed. Couldn't spot where the bank spot was inside that smoke. So it will be just Bauer left alive. Bauer will be able to get one over towards the B site. But that'll be it for him as the CT side takes a round they desperately needed to grab off of Corin's 3K.
7th on the board and 3 alive, I believe it was at the end of that round. So nice little burst to the economy. Now TangoWorldWide on the back foot, going to be ecoing. See if they can do as much damage with pistols as was done to them. It's the trouble about losing, 3 players to USPs. Tends to not set you up so well for the future run. Tends to ruffle your feathers a little bit. Infernal going to go ahead and open things up with a deagle and actually follows it up with a second, so that's a nice opener to the round. Now the deagles can get to work on long. It's going to be Remnant playing very far back, just trying to tap away heads, and they will withdraw. Still, pistols overwhelmed. They get one rifle to play with here. It's on Clone, the unarmored player. There we go. There's the toss over. And the red is sticking around this time, so you do get that ketchup mustard effect. It'll stay there for you.
God, just,
this is bugging you a lot.
Yeah, this is really bothering me. Nice Remnant and Frozen. They've all got the the firepower, but currently they've lost a player. And it was followed up by a second as well. They did manage to drop Aber, but here comes the push onto the A site. If they clear this position, he could be done for, and it's going to be the Glock that actually gets the best of him. Oh, my God, Bauer. That's twice now.
Oh.
That's the struggle bus apparently has an empty seat waiting for Bauer. It'll be Clone and Will against Frozen. 1v2, so much damage dealt. Will's on 1 HP. It wouldn't be the first time a player was put at that level, but there's Clone getting the kill. Bauer shaking his head, trying to brush that one off. That's the second time he's come up empty-handed. I think he just got a little overzealous with the spam. After the first shot didn't hit, he was like, no.
Hold mouse one. Hold mouse one doesn't always work out. Fortunately for Bauer so far, his, we'll call them highlight reel moments, haven't cost his team any rounds. So they do convert what was an eco round for TangoWorldWide. Now it's 13-7. Virginia Tech looking not so pretty on the cash flow. And TangoWorldWide feeling good. Will needs to finish his first dish before he heads on to the entree, and he will eventually do so. One traded out, but this is the A site fallen, bomb planted. Maybe they can steal a gun away, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Now it's just a game of play. Keep away with the AK. Keep it in the hands of Virginia Tech and bring it through to the next round. Nice spot to plant there, Aber. Going for style points.
Back in the day, there used to be a bug where you would plant on the edge of that box, and the bomb would plant like half in, half out. So the bomb would just be like, you would only see half of the bomb hanging out. Thanks, Valve. You also used to be able to plant it half in on the wall, so it would drop down onto the ramp.
Really?
Yeah, there was all sorts of weird bugs.
I don't know if that'd be advantageous, though. Defuse from ramp?
It would. Well, it would be if we were
they
playing
didn't know
towards
about
ramp, or they couldn't find the bomb, they'd jump down, all sorts of situations. The fact is, like, we like to complain about CSGO and how broken some of this stuff is. Like, this is irritating me, this HUD, because this is definitely a bug. This is not supposed to be like that, because it's not happening on the other side. But the reality is, we have the most polished Counter-Strike we've ever had, because CS has always been littered with bugs, and league operations, it was always their responsibility to police them. So you would have to watch demos and review plays to make sure that people weren't exploiting stuff, taking screenshots at the beginning of games and half, as well as recording your own POV demos to make sure you weren't doing anything suspicious that could give you an advantage.
They go for the nade stack early on, and they just get punished for it.
Yeah, Infernal just charged up on long. They've got one playing back in the corner. He's down two. That's the A site loss. Nice is sending bullets into the smoke. They know that he's somewhere nearby. The spam fight doesn't go his way as he dropped them low, but not low enough. It's all up to Frozen, and
that's
Frozen
an ace.
Can't do much. That's an ace for Infernal. That's the third ace this game.
That is the third ace. This one wasn't an eco, though. This one was against rifles. Infernal can hang his hat on that one. He bursts straight out along, finds two, follows it up with a third, rounding the corner, and just keeps going, keeps holding W and finding players as they keep peeking into his crosshairs. His teammates took all the brunt of the damage, and he was just left to clean up the frags. Nice play from Infernal. Pulls off the ace without a Bison. Now, TangoWorldWide poised to close out this last round. It's looking desperate here for Virginia Tech. They've lost their mid player. That was one of the few purchased up guns. Now it's Deagles and UMPs to try and get her done. The Deagles will go to work, but they are clutching at straws at this point, trying to peck around the yard and find anything they can pull up. Two players on the A bomb site, but they are dropping like flies, and now hiding in the flames remnant is not long for the world. At least it's only a one-man advantage for TangoWorldWide, but there's not a whole lot else that can be said for Virginia Tech. Now it's just Frozen's. He's got a UMP, and he's going to have to dream up some success. Bauer, fittingly, closes it out after his struggles with the pistols. Gonna make it happen, and that will be TangoWorldWide taking the W comfortably on Dust 2.
They looked pretty strong. There was a couple moments where, you know, they dropped the ball a little bit, a few mistakes made, but for the most part, they did look to be the stronger team. So, you know, I mean, I'm not as impressed with Virginia Tech as I was when they played on Nuke. They definitely looked a little bit stronger in that game, but it is Dust 2. So it's like, in my opinion, those are the two maps where you're like, what are we going to get out of this one? Because I just don't really feel like teams have really openly worked on Dust 2. Like, I feel like there's some teams who like it and there's some teams who hate it. I feel like it's
definitely not as polished.
I feel like it's like Train.
Yeah.
Like, Nuke is pretty much unanimously hated. It's very unlikely that teams like it. Train is like, maybe you like it, maybe you don't. I think that Dusty's kind of sitting in that current spot right now. I think the teams are starting to like it more and more, starting to work on it more and more because it's here. You can't do anything about it. Just like Nuke, it was there.